This is Bad Karma Wrestling.
Give me a hell yeah!
With no gimmick Nick Johnston.
It doesn't matter how you feel!
And David Double D Dykstra.
Welcome in, folks. This is indeed BK Dub. I'm your host, Baron Corbin. I'm with my co-host today, Baron Corbin, right over here to my right.
I love it.
Baron, how we doing today?
Baron Corbin, huh?
We're all a little Baron Corbin today. Is that? Are you not aware?
No, I'm not.
Okay, well then
Please
that's what we call a tease, folks. I'll getting into that a little bit later on today. But exactly that, we have a lot to get to. No need to.
No, there's
hesitate.
a lot. There's a lot.
We have our Revolution full card to preview right here, and then of course we got a little bit of WWE news, and of course our best of the week. So let's just hop on in right away. Let's not hesitate.
Yes.
Bang, bang, bang. Revolution full card preview live from, they're in Los Angeles, so the Young Bucks' little neck of the woods this time around, and rightfully so. So as the last time I checked, 12 matches already set, 2 on the 0 hour. No and Tony Khan are probably going to get one more added.
Like an 8-man tag.
Yeah, we're going to get like some 8-man tag.
Because he loves that New Japan 8-man tag.
Well, we gotta be also thinking there's 21 men that have to enter that battle royal. That's also in the 0 hour.
Yeah, that's true.
That might weigh down on our 8-man. Might turn into a 6-man tag. However, that's exactly what we're gonna get into. So first match listed on that 0 hour is Lana Cross versus Willow Nightingale. Both pulling double duty this time. This is for the TBS Championship. I think we were just kind of talking right before we got started. We're kind of on that same page of where this might end up. What are you thinking for this one?
We both, I think, came to the conclusion that we think Willow retains the TBS, but then the Babes of Rage,
Babes of Wrath between
Babes of Wrath end up
Harley
dropping
Quinn.
the titles to the Twin Towers. Because that's what I'm calling them. Screw you. I don't care.
New Twin Towers have been activated. I mean, yeah, they're trying to push Lana Cross for a big reason, obviously.
Because she's tall.
Exactly. And I think this is, yeah, exactly. I completely agree with you, where Lana probably doesn't get the win against Willow Nightingale, but some either shenanigans happens during or after the match, causing Willow Nightingale to be a little banged up, a little bit more than she should have for that tag match, and then ultimately probably affecting that tag match later on down the line. So, I mean, it kind of killing 2 stones with 1 bird on that one, so I kind of don't mind with that. But exactly right, so Lana Cross and Willow Nightingale. And then later on, like I mentioned, for the tag titles, Babes of Wrath and Megan Bayne. So Megan Bayne and Lana Cross leaving with the tag titles. That's our consensus?
Yeah.
Okay.
It did, for me at least,
I think so. And then, Megan Bayne, they've been pushing her in the right way, so it'll be good to get a title on them. And Willow, still being the TBS champion, will be fine. And Harley Cameron, same deal. Sure.
She looks way bigger than 6 foot.
Okay.
They have her at 6 foot.
Probably in the boots, yeah.
That girl looks way bigger than 6 foot. And it might be just the way they present her, but... True. That's what I'm saying. Is like camera angles. Like they do it with Oba all the time. They go from the lower look for Oba.
Oh yeah.
Same with Omos. They do it all the time with Omos. Which Omos, you don't need to make.
Omos, they start at his feet and they go all the way up and they show him.
And then they put him with Valkingo, which makes him look even bigger.
Yeah. Just another, standing over his toddler-sized person. Yeah, and then Vikingo. But there you go. Later, going on down the line, still in the 0 hour, 21-man Blackjack Battle Royal for the national title. The only person we know for sure, I believe, is Ricochet. I don't know if anyone's confirmed, denied who is in there. But I gotta ask, who do you think within there, who should be the standout? Who could stand out and have a really good, sighting? Whether or not they win the national championship. Doesn't necessarily mean anything, but who needs to have a good showing in that battle royal? Again, we gotta kind of predict and guess who might even be in there. But
Roddy?
I can only guess guys like Roderick Strong, Orange Cassidy.
Can I go Roddy on that one?
Yeah,
Mr. Johnston. Just for the pure fact of the face turn for Roddy on Wednesday night. So
yeah, that was
maybe
a good
push
move.
him as the next contender for Ricochet's title, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Roger Strong returning, attacking the dogs, who we'll see later on that night as well. But that was interesting to see. Yeah, Roger Strong could have a good showing. I mean, if it's got not also guys like Tommaso Ciampa, who I thought had an amazing showing on the Go Home Dynamite show. Mark Briscoe in that same breath, he probably either reignites or still continues that feud that they have between them two. Why not Wheeler Yuta? Why not Wheeler Yuta have a nice little showing too? They're not letting go. They're not letting go with Yuta.
Take the beanie off, man. Just I like that Tony Storm was the one that took it off of him. That was great, but yeah, just keep the beanie off.
There you go. There you have it. So yeah, I can only hope that I think Ricochet probably retains, and I don't know what having the blackjack name in there if that means anything. If he needs to get pinned or if he comes out last or I don't really know.
They're all about the casino games with AEW.
It's all about gambling.
Casino Battle Royale.
Yeah. TK's always Tony Khan's always trying to get you to.
He's a degenerate gambler.
Well, he took a gamble on this and he hit. So there you go. Continuing on down the line. The Dogs. This is going to consist of Clark Connors, David Finlay, and Gabe Kidd taking on Roger Strong, Orange Cassidy, and Darby Allin.
Okay, so Roderick probably not in that 20-man Battle Royal then.
Yes.
My mistake.
There you go. Not a problem.
You've got to have the conglomeration get over on that.
I think so.
Or the Dogs win by cheating somehow.
Yeah. And there's no reason to add, not going to add another person to the Dogs already. They're just kind of getting settled. I think Roger Strong, Orange Cassidy, Darby Allin could afford to lose. However, if you did want to flip it and have them win, I don't think it's going to affect the Dogs all too much because they did win on the Go Home show.
Yeah.
So it was a really good showing. And not only that, the combination of Finlay and Gabe Kidd just whipping the tar out of Darby Allin. The combination of just back and forth. Like, okay, you pile drive him. You clothesline him. You tackle him. What made him so mad?
Poor Darby.
Yeah. So Darby Allin was getting ragged off by the Dogs. They'll probably look for some revenge in that sense. Later on, Tony Storm taking on Marina Shafir this is the only stipulation on this is everyone is banned from ringside, so no help from the Death Riders for Marina Shafir. What are we leaning towards here with Tony Storm and Marina?
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. It's timeless.
I know. Ooh.
It's timeless Tony Storm.
Yeah,
if it isn't, they're going to push Shafir to the moon. That's the only thing I can think of, is if they're doing this, they're going to turn her into that badass mother trucker woman who just takes out everybody.
And I think they're doing a good job ever since, Moxley turned face. It's not just about what Moxley's up to. It's kind of like, Death Riders and company. Like, what's everyone else up to? Wheeler's got his bald head now. Claudio's defending the AAA or the CMLL title.
Claudio's got a mask.
Yeah, and they need to start selling that in the AEW shop. I don't know what they're doing. Stop hesitating. Pull the trigger.
Did you go to CMLL and see if they had it there?
No, I did not. That's good. That's actually a good point.
He is the heavyweight champion.
That is a good point. But yeah, I don't mind. Again, Marina should have a great showing, as she usually does. And again, a nice dance partner to do it with in terms of Tony Storm. But Tony should probably come out on top. But if she doesn't, again, she can afford a loss, and it'll be really, really humongous for Marina in terms of her solo career. So that would be great. Now we're getting into some good meat and potatoes right here. Brody King taking on Swerve Strickland. There's no DQ. There's no restriction. There's no nothing on here. There's no stipulation. Just probably just gonna be like a good old grudge match here.
No
Brody King,
barred.
Swerve Strickland. There's nothing. There's no.
So it's just a wrestling match.
It's just a wrestling match.
Interesting.
I mean, with Brody King breaking the chain on Wednesday, which again I thought that was a huge part of the Go Home show. Comes out, has a squash match, has a quick little promo.
By the way, I feel so bad for that jobber. He got wham-hoed in that match with that clothesline. By the way, I don't know if you noticed this or not, but after the match was over, Brody tapped him on his side to be like, way to take that clothesline, kid, kind of thing.
Oh yeah, you can definitely tell. I was trying to look for something like that. Every time it was a stiff shot, I was trying to see if there's any sort of like small communication. Yeah, sure enough, there it was. So yeah, Brody King, Swerve Strickland. Brody King gets that win in that squash match. He goes out getting high fives and sees a masked man. It starts strangling him. Turns out to be Swerve Strickland in a Brody King mask. So I thought that was kind of cool. But yeah, having a nice little showing there. This is gonna be interesting. Now, you'll have that, the badass of AEW and Swerve Strickland, or the baddest man, or whatever he calls himself, and then Brody King.
The most dangerous man.
This is kind of like the equivalent to the BMF title of the UFC having its way in AEW. So having that small moniker there, and again, I think Brody King should come out on top because Swerve already has that status. He's already, world heavyweight championship status. Can we also lift, can a rising tide lift everyone else up? So can Swerve lift Brody King to be, for some who are not quite sold just yet, of like, hey, is he legit? This could be the match that probably puts him over in that sense for a lot of people.
My only concern is what the long-term storytelling is for Swerve Strickland.
Okay.
Is this Swerve just having great matches, or is there a push to put him back on top eventually? And does a loss to Brody kind of tinge that push to the top?
Yeah, I can see that sense where
I think this has a great possibility, kind of like with Hangman, to become an unbelievably nasty and violent trilogy, where that last match is the no holds barred.
Yeah, without much thought, it could be almost one of those where Brody King gets the win, and that that's the last straw for Swerve in terms of being like, okay, I'm not just gonna be, I'm unhinged now, but I'm gonna be completely unhinged. No one's safe. Not even
shows up at one of Brody's concerts and just beats the ever living.
That actually wouldn't be. That would be fun too. Have him take a chair shot during the performance, and then all the metalheads can be like, "What the hell?" But they can still be like, "Oh yeah, AEW." So there you have it. Again, that's going to be that can possibly steal the show, and this one as well. I'm going to talk. We'll talk a little bit about Bandito, the partner of the one half of Brodito, the other half, Bandito taking on Andrade.
Yeah, this is going to be CMLL / AAA to its greatest extent. These two have probably wrestled multiple times, so I don't expect. I'm hoping for no missed spots here.
Yeah,
and Bandito. There's an argument going around that Bandito may have had the best year out of any professional wrestler this past year.
His ranking on PWI was really high all year long. I'm sure Wrestling Observer is going to not hesitate to give him just short of every sort of like MVP trophy that they have for their wrestling awards, or if they already did. I mean, yeah, Bandito's he's amazing. He's amazing in the ring. He's very, very unsung. Where, I mean, when Penta was leaving, it was like, oh, that sucks. But it's just also like, well, here's the time now for a guy like Brodito to get that same spotlight, and he has. He's taken the ball and ran with it.
Yeah.
So great job on them. In terms of winning, I mean, we just talked him up, I'm sure, but Andrade, I feel like needs this W.
I think they're trying to push Andrade into main event kind of status.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised. And it might be like outside interference or foreign object kind of win. But, yeah, I could see that. If it's clean and he wins, yeah, they're pushing him to the moon.
Yeah, I mean, there is some small area if there could be some messing with because he's in the Don Callis family to an extent. I mean, I know everyone is. I know you're getting his Christmas card every year still, too.
Man, the money's good. What can you say?
So, hopefully, Andrade Bandito not only have just a good match, but can do some good storytelling along the way with some Andrade, maybe getting the dub there. For the Trios title, we have Aussie Open with Kyle Fletcher and Mark Davis, and Okada taking on Mystico and Jet Speed, consisting of Kevin Speed.
Let's switch that up. It's Pro-Kata and Mark Andrews.
Oh, okay. I do like that. They were pushing that. That was awesome.
I love Procada. That's fantastic. It is so good. It's ridiculous.
I mean, that's just about anything with Don Callis at this point.
And they're facing who again?
Jet Speed and Mystico.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because
Mike Bailey and Kevin Knight.
Because Hangman's got his match, of course, so they had to. I don't know how I feel about Mystico being in this match. I feel like there could have been somebody else they could have gone out and gotten.
Do you have one off the top of the night?
Does Briscoe have a match?
No. Not necessarily, but he could be a part of that 20-man battle royal.
I'm sure he'll be part of that 20-man battle royal. But, I mean, Briscoe to me would have been a great.
It would have been. You just also don't want to take him away from the Ciampa storyline a little too much.
I get you.
So
I get you.
I appreciate the effort of what you were saying.
I'm just trying to think of somebody that would fit into that.
No, I get you.
That new.
But in that kind of just does tell you with Mystico being thrown in, most likely trios titles get retained here.
Oh, without a doubt.
But I think it was one of those where TK is kind of just like, hey, let me get someone that can just have a good match, have some good spots, and then sure enough, mix and gel well with the speed of Mike Bailey and Kevin Knight. So I think that can work well still. I guess I'm in that same boat. If you want it to be, I don't want to say realistic. I think that's if you want it to be more competitive, more competitive light, and like, oh,
I'll guarantee you Mystico's the one that takes the fall.
Oh, yeah, probably. Later on, so yeah, we're both in agreement. Trios titles get retained by Procada and Mark Davis.
There you go.
Apologies on that one. We already went to this one, Babes of Wrath, Megan Bayne. So we believe that Megan Bayne and Lena Cross are most likely going to win those tag titles.
Yeah, they dropped the tag titles for sure.
In a no time limit for the Continental title, Jon Moxley taking on Konosuke Takeshita. Haven't seen this pairing since I've seen it in person, World's End at December. So it's been a little bit of time since they've had a singles match. But again, no time limit here, not limited to the 20 minutes that is the Continental Classic or the Continental title match. This could be fun.
Minimum
30.
This better be 30.
Oh, yeah.
Minimum 30. I could see this being an hour long. This starts off Revolution kind of match.
I wouldn't hate that. I would not hate that.
Mox likes starting off pay-per-views.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way to go. It's the way to do it.
Unless he's
but he
the
doesn't leave
world
early
champ.
like Lesnar, so that's not
Doesn't
not
throw the
route.
title at the owner and goes,
Yeah.
screw you, I'm out of here.
But I believe, even though Moxley's had a strong run, it's time for Takeshita to take this and eventually to start, again, bridging towards that Takeshita versus Okada match that we also near and dear need.
Okay, you ready?
Okay.
I'm going to disagree.
Okay.
What's the one thing that Okada keeps bringing up over and over and over again? Everyone in the Don Callis family is going to have a title except Takeshita.
Okay.
So Takeshita in a great match, phenomenal match. Moxley finds a way to win this match, however it may be. And Okada keeps digging. I think you get Takeshita versus Okada all in for the international title.
Okay. All right. You know what? I'm not opposed to that. I like that. I like that route now that you kind of spread.
Just a better storyline for me. Because if you have Takeshita as the Continental Champion, there's only so much you can do unless you're going to reunify that title again.
And maybe it's just my just small brain internet thinking of like, if Takeshita does lose, in a lot of people's minds, he's going to be in that buried yard, not being able to, Moxley's here, so you can't have him beat Moxley type deal. I hope some people don't fall into that trap. I feel like I feel like I am already.
I think this is where I'm coming from when it comes to Takeshita. I think it's the we're going to have him lose so that victory versus Okada is so much
greater,
bigger,
so much sweeter,
so much bigger.
No, that's the right way to. I think that's the better way and the right way to think about it.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, and at the very least, 30 minutes, banger.
At least 30 minutes.
Make that the bingo card. 30 minutes.
Yeah,
Mox is
right.
getting color in the first 10.
First 10. Let's go first 5.
Yeah.
He's going to get thrown into the stairs or something, and he'll just come up and be like,
Amazing Don Callis commentary, and then ends with probably a misplaced screwdriver or something like that. For the AEW Tag Team titles, this would be FTR versus Young Bucks 5, 7?
Somewhere in there.
Somewhere in that realm.
Somewhere.
And I mean, this is just going to get sweeter and sweeter. So, again, for the tag titles in the Young Bucks backyard in LA, what are we leaning towards?
Can I say first off, because I know we haven't talked about it that much, the Young Bucks look better than they have in years.
Yes.
They are cut.
Yes.
I'm like,
physically, they're looking amazing.
I wonder if that last Blood and Guts, like where they were like really banged up afterwards, they were like, okay, maybe we need to pay more attention to our bodies so that we aren't that banged up after a match like that anymore.
That could be the case.
To me, this has Young Bucks winning written all over it.
Yeah, I mean, the way that FTR has been portraying themselves as the really devilish heels, beating up the Young Bucks' younger brother.
Who looks older than them somehow.
Yeah. Getting involved, I think they were having words with the mother and father.
Push the mom and the dad.
Punched Brandon Cutler in the face. They said there was no physical contact between FTR and the Young Bucks, but Cutler is not a Young Buck.
Poor Cutler.
Ah, man. Poor guy. He always gets the worst end of it. But yeah, I think this is kind of building that up. And I love that FTR has just gone the route of doing the old school devilish heel things that, is exactly that. You're just doing this, the
dirtiest, nastiest. Yeah.
The snot-nosed little things that you would do. And it's getting over and it's working. They just ran it back basically.
I need the
yelling at Bandito's grandmother.
This is the one thing I need out of this match, though. I need the Young Bucks dad to jump the barricade and take out Stokely.
Yes. I can, yeah. And if it's not him, someone's going to have to take care of
Stokely. Or the
Stokely.
mom slaps Stokely.
Mom slaps Stokely.
And Stokely sells it so good that the wheelchair falls back.
Yes. Exactly. Have him stand up, get smacked, and whoa, the whole nine.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be fantastic. Yeah, FTR, Young Bucks, whichever number it is, it's going to be fantastic. I can't wait. Later on, this is the second to last match that's listed. Women's title, 2 out of 3 falls for this one. Thekla versus Chris Statler. And I'll be the one to say it right away. Probably, I don't know if it's very necessary for 2 out of 3 falls, but obviously we know TK. He gets a little happy with the card and what stipulations are and what.
The gimmick is
exactly right. So Thekla, Chris Statlander for the women's title. Feel like it's a little too early for Thekla to drop it, but it would still, and then giving her the win over Statlander again would give her even more credibility.
I disagree.
Okay.
I think this is one of those instances like you had with Mariah May, or whatever you want to call her now. Marilyn Monroe.
Blake Monroe.
I think this is, let's put it on Tech. Let's see what she does. Her match with Thunder Rosa was not the greatest in my eyes.
Okay.
And this is going to, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I'm okay with it. I'm okay with Tekla getting over here. I just think Stat has paid her dues enough to get another, and maybe this title reign is a little bit longer, a little more intense, where she takes on like the cream of the crop, top end, Mercedes Moné, all those guys.
And she has made it known in an interview that she felt as though her title run was misplaced. Like, she got it at the wrong time, possibly. There was so much other things going on, other storylines that were way, way over, that she just felt that her storyline just wasn't getting the right light.
Well, they completely dropped the whole her possibly joining
the Death Riders.
Death Riders.
The interaction with Wheeler Yuta went back and forth, and you thought there was going to be something there, but exactly that, it fizzled out. And nothing really came from it. So
yeah, I mean, she's not wrong, but I think middle ground.
Yeah, I could see that. And again, I feel like you gotta really you still have a star in Thekla. I just don't think it's too close to drop it right now. but it's in that weird time where it might be too short, but it could also be a good time to switch it up. I don't know. I'm a little mixed right now. But with the possibility of 2 out of 3 falls, you could also definitely see the Sin Sisters, Julia Hart and Sky Blue, possibly interfere, get involved.
For sure, yeah, possible.
They're not on the card at all, so we'll see how that goes.
Why they don't have a tag title match?
I don't know. Maybe they'll be Megan Bayne and Lana Cross's first opponents that they.
Well, who they turn in face then?
Yeah, I know. And then in the main event for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship, a Texas Death Match. But if Hangman loses, he can never challenge for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship again, going that Cody Rhodes route. MJF versus Hangman Adam Page.
I'm sorry, is it as long as MJF holds or just
forever and ever, amen.
So they're recycling that.
Yep.
I still got MJF.
Oh, man.
I still got MJF. I'm sorry. I do. How are you going to put, unless MJF has a movie that he has to go do?
Yeah.
Why are you going to take it off of him?
That's
He
fair.
is your number one, above everybody else by leaps and bounds guy.
Yeah, he's your bread and butter, and he even said it in an interview again.
He's the heel version of John Cena.
Yeah,
He's
That's
that
true.
dude
Yeah,
for AEW. And
he's the anti-hero. He's everything for them.
And unless you take that, unless he's got other obligations that he has to fulfill, there's no reason to take that strap off of him.
I completely understand that.
So if he loses, he's going away for a while like he's done before.
But I feel like he just came back.
I have to say this, though. It might make what MJF that much more special, the fact that when he does lose his titles, he goes away for months.
Yeah.
And then when he comes back, it's even bigger, badder, better. So it's a possibility because that's another thing that makes MJF special. But if Tony Khan really wants this, listen, that gap that was there 5 years ago has gotten extremely close.
In terms of AEW's product to WWE's product?
Yes, I'll say it. I'll say it right now. They're doing it on a smaller scale. They're very much doing ECW. But
they are cosplaying a little bit of ECW. That's good.
Where their focus is, they're focused on what they're good at. And it's professional wrestling.
Yeah.
Yes, we have pyro, but it's not to the extent of WWE. Yes, we have production. It's solid, but it's not WWE production. That's fine.
And to even piggyback off that, they might not have the giant Titantron, but they're going in these unique venues that look different every single time you go. You're not going to
Dynamite was. I looked at that and I went, "Is that like an opera house?
Yeah.
Like a theater?
Like
with the big curtain?
Yes, WWE, it's impressive to fill out basketball arena A and hockey arena B over here with 20,000 people, but it just doesn't look cool. Like it looks just very commercial. Looks very, exactly that. Just too much, way too many advertisements, obviously. But
when they had the long stay in Chicago, what a venue that was.
Oh, the United Center?
No.
Oh.
AEW.
Oh, at the Aragon, yes.
Aragon was just gorgeous.
Beautiful. Yes, damn right. I'm very much torn, obviously. As an MJF fan, always want him to win. I'm not a fan right now of Hangman kind of never being able to challenge for that title again.
He's really played up the fact, though, that he's never lost a death match.
Have
you noticed that? Yeah. Like, he's really been playing it up and all. I'm the king of death match, Texas death match. I'm going to teach you what a Texas death match. Once again, let's look back at the history of MJF. How many of his opponents where he's had matches kind of like this, but not really like this, dog collar, whatever it may be, Daniel Bryan match, things like that, where people were like, there's no shot He's not winning a dog collar match versus Punk. He's not beating Daniel Bryan in a wrestling match. This leans into his past where he's proving everybody wrong, and he's proving that he is the greatest professional wrestler on God's green earth.
Yeah, like I said, I want MJF to win. I'll have that retain. I like Sky's prediction that he texted me. I'll get to that in just a second. That's kind of stirring my feelings in that way too, of him kind of retaining. But then on the flip side, then what do you do with Hangman after? Is he just gonna become the depressed cowboy again? Make the TNT title the be all end all once again?
That's what you have to do with Hangman.
Okay.
If he's not going to have that, because Cody did it.
Yeah.
He made that TNT belt. Has that belt been relevant since? I mean,
Not necessarily.
I mean, don't get it twisted. I think
people have had good runs with it.
I think the Proto Stars elevated it to the next level. But Hangman Proto Star, yes, please.
Yeah, I think I maybe you've mentioned this or something like that. The belt making the man as opposed to the man making the belt. I feel like putting the TNT title on Kyle Fletcher has added legitimacy just to Kyle, but he hasn't added to the TNT title, if that makes sense.
I think he has, just because every single defense that he has is an absolute banger.
Okay.
An absolute,
I can agree. Yeah, obviously.
absolute banger
Example
of a match.
just this past week with Speedball and Fletcher. I mean, come on. It was amazing. That was crazy. But again, here's Sky's prediction. I'll get to how about this one. Sky's surprise of the night is MJF wins and a stare down commences between Maxwell and Will Ospreay. Setting up later on down the line for Will versus Maxwell at All
That's
In.
the other thing you got to think of. You got to think of box office in the future. And everything that I've heard from the dirt sheets to the people that I know is the plan is to put that title on Ospreay at All In England.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it makes sense for it to be Max and Ospreay.
Yeah, and if we're just going the traditional route of, sure, Hangman can be the champion and have a great match with Will, but you need a heel and a face, and MJF is the definition of the heel right now.
Yeah.
So you need to have MJF there. And again, me personally, I mean, I don't see this then would be the breakaway, the start of like, oh, Hangman again. No, he can't challenge for the title anymore. He's the new Cody Rhodes. When does he break off and go into WWE? I just don't think the Hangman character
there are
could
certain
work.
people that cannot go to WWE and be successful.
I think Hangman's in that group. Not because he couldn't
Well,
do it, because
first off,
they
he
wouldn't
stole
let him.
Logan Paul's moveset. So, I mean,
He'll never get out of the doghouse for that. Yeah,
I mean,
it's very
automatically
set in stone.
buried there.
Yeah,
So,
unbelievable. Yeah, I think now talking through it, I think I am convinced that MJF somehow weasels his way out of this one again and gets the dub over Hangman. You get that shock and awe of Hangman can never challenge for the title, and then and then hopefully, like I said,
it's
like
been
Sky
a while
said,
since they've had a pay-per-view end with a surprise return or
yeah, and
anything
that's like I
that.
said, where Will doesn't get back in the ring, but he has been training. But this kid again, get the wheels turning.
He's back in the ring.
Yeah,
training. So
yeah, he's get the wheels turning again for some to be like, oh yeah, that's right, Will Ospreay again. Alrighty, so there we go that's the full card as of right now. I don't think anything else has been added. We possibly could see maybe one or two more 0-hour matches added, just because we got Collision still to come this upcoming Saturday.
The Boom at?
That's right. I think there was a rumor he's supposed to come back at Revolution, or if it's not that one, it's Full Gear.
He'll be in the 20-man battle royal.
I hope so.
There's
There
one
you
I
go.
can almost guarantee.
Okay. That's okay. There you go. I like that. We bring the boom.
You know who I'd like to see in the 21-man battle royal?
Sure.
Colt Cabana.
Okay.
I'd like to see a little Colt Cabana.
More boom boom. Colt
Just
Cabana.
for a pop.
Yeah.
Have those two become a tag team in Ring of Honor? The Boom Boom Crew?
Writes itself. It writes itself.
By the
folks.
way, AEW, My name's David Dykstra.
Name's Baron Corbin. I'm Baron Corbin. We got our information down below. Oh, man. We're all Baron Corbin today. But getting to the go-home show / what we kind of missed. Excalibur. Excalibur was missed this past weekend. Excalibur's absence this past week raised a lot of questions, raised a lot of thoughts, questions, concerns. But honestly, it was just as simple as, hey, he's sick. He couldn't make the tapings. But I wanted to bring up the question, do they, with Ian Riccaboni coming out and having such another stellar commentary, if people haven't already heard.
Collision, please.
If you haven't already heard or experienced Riccaboni on commentary, that was maybe your first chance at it. Of course, I'm always a fan of it. Need it more. Does that mean should we get less Tony Schiavone? What would be What would be the ideal commentary team?
Collision, please. I will say this. Riccaboni and Nigel, I think, would be phenomenal together.
Oh, yeah. They would be.
And I think they've done stuff in ROH together.
They have. That is usually the commentary.
So
team
why not bring them to Collision? Still have Schiavone there, but don't have Schiavone being that dude.
Yeah. I feel like when he does speak, he's like, the other guys are sitting there like.
He's never caught up to what it is now, and that's the problem with JR. Like, they're stuck in the way they called matches back in the 90s.
Yeah.
So
that, yeah, just a little bit older, just a little bit slower on those.
What's so great about Corey Graves and Michael Cole? Because when anybody performs a lucha libre move, Graves knows the name of it and can teach Cole.
And Cole's just gonna call it a suplex just because he has no idea what anything is. That's okay. Yeah, I mean,
that's where I'd move Riccaboni.
I would have. It'd be tough to have Riccaboni and Excalibur on there because they're basically one and the same.
Yeah,
and you wouldn't want them butting heads, and I don't think they would necessarily.
You do it. Not to compare, but you do it exactly like WWE does. You have your set guys for each show.
Yeah.
Danielson, who, by the way, is getting better and better week by week. I really am starting to really enjoy. Excalibur. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do Excalibur, Danielson, Schiavone for Dynamite.
Okay.
Riccaboni
and Nigel
McGuinness, Taz for Collision.
That's right, yeah. I mean, me personally, I wouldn't want to relegate Taz to Collision, but again, I do understand you probably need the lower end Schiavone on one of their shows. So we'll see. I don't think it's caught. Like I said, no one's been outright blasting for a new commentary switch up. But like I said, with Riccaboni being as good as he is, I feel like he needs to be on there more often than he is.
I agree.
Last thing right here, my AEW. AEW dropped a streaming service for the international fans. We wanted to maybe get. I'll try and pull up the packages that are available, but honestly, not too bad. Not too bad. Let's quickly see what it was. I believe it was $7.99. Gets you the base version of it, which is just $7.99 a month. It gives you the base version of what it is, which would be being able to stream and watch Dynamite's Collisions, Ring of Honor Club, and I believe it was like one other thing that you could get in there and do. But that was that. That was that package. The next version up, I believe, is $20 a month, and it was you'll get included the pay-per-view for that. You'll get the pay-per-view for that month. And then a couple other add-ons as well. And the last package was $120 for the whole year. You get all the pay-per-views, all Dynamite's Collisions, along with the Ring of Honor Club, and then being able to go back and see all the old Dynamites, all the old pay-per-views as well. So you almost get like the full catalog from the AEW site. So like it, love it. What are your questions, comments, concerns on the My AEW streaming service?
I think I'm going to move to a foreign country and pay $120 a year.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that might be the route. They get all the good stuff. They get all the cool stuff. They still got WWE
I'm
Network
saying,
out there.
That's a hell of a, like, once a year I got to pay $120 and I get all of that? Yes, please.
Yeah, yeah.
It reminds me when Peacock first came out.
Exactly.
Or WWE Network first came out. You were paying $10.99 and you were getting all the pay-per-views and all the archives.
Yeah. So just to clarify again, if I wasn't clear, $7.99 a month gets you Dynamite, Collision, Ring of Honor, TV, and special events and TV, and the television archive, and even in the $7.99 version, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
The $20 a month, you get that monthly pay-per-view in there, and then you get the select pay-per-view archive in there as well, and then the $120 gets you everything, gets you all of it and everything.
Why not just pay the $120 for the year? Because when you break it down, you're paying $10 a month.
Yeah, exactly. So it ends up
For
being
all
pretty
of
good.
it.
Yeah. And again, I can kind of see if you were just doing the monthly thing, if you just want, I only want this pay-per-view this time. I only want this pay-per-view this time. But you'd be missing out because you'd be picking and choosing pay-per-views when they go crazy on the pay-per-views every time. So you'd just be doing a disservice to yourself. Finally, not AEW related necessarily, but they announced that G1 Classic for the New Japan happened in Chicago, July 11th.
Did see that.
I'll be in Milan, Michigan for some drag racing. Are you and Scotty going?
I might go because of work obligations. Might actually get myself a media pass.
There you go.
Pull the old J Hood.
Exactly right. I think that'll be
wrestling
fun.
podcast. Yeah. I need to be there for free.
Exactly right. I again, if I wasn't already working, I would definitely be there for sure. Nothing announced just yet, but again, I can only assume the tickets probably.
I might actually,
soon.
honestly, I might actually go there and work it. I might have to get a hold of DJ Cabrera.
Okay.
Because he typically hosts the New Japan guys when they come over.
Sick.
The last time they were here in Chicago for Windy City Riot.
Okay, yeah.
He was Okada's driver.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, jerk. I can't be mad at him though because I ended up working security and I had
Yeah, Eddie Kingston the one time.
Eddie Kingston put his arm around me.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
well, again, G1
almost
Climax.
got kicked in the head by John Moxley too.
Oh, that would have been a good.
As they went into the crowd and
he would have kicked you, but he would have got color somehow.
Yeah.
G1 Climax 36 tournament again happening in the Now Arena in the Hoffman Estates, the building that Mac McClung built.
Which probably means that there's going to be some U.S. wrestlers. I heard that.
I would assume
U.S.
so.
wrestlers mixed into that G1.
Yeah, exactly right. So there you have it, folks. Any other final thoughts before we take a little breather on Revolution?
No, man.
All righty.
I think we hit it all, and we hit it all pretty good.
I think so too. Well, when we return, someone's a new champion.
Called it.
We'll get to that and tons more right here on Backcover Wrestling.
70s and 80s, Judy Finelli established herself as a masterful juggler and performer, making appearances everywhere from Carnegie Hall to Sesame Street. With her loving heart, she has brought warm smiles to children everywhere she has performed. She even started the San Francisco School for the Circus Arts, but shortly after, she was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, and by 2004, she was completely paralyzed. In celebration of her accomplishments and to fight the illness that had crippled Judy, a group of students from the San Francisco Clown College have compiled the perfect holiday present for those who want to laugh and to help those struggling with the illness. The goal has been set at $1 million raised, with 100% of any dollar made to be donated to the Judy Finelli Fund, which is helping find a cure to multiple sclerosis. Visit www.circuscenter.org to make a donation or to purchase a framed naked clown photo or the full Naked Clown 12-month calendar. Remember, 100% of every dollar is donated and goes to fighting MS.
Man, I'm so hungry. I need somewhere to eat fast. I have no idea where to go.
Psst. Hola, me llamo El Taco de Taco. You know where to go for the amazing taste that'll have you craving more? Taco Bell.
All right, can I get 20 tacos, please?
You got it.
Thanks, Taco.
De nada.
Good. Good. That's it. Eat the tacos.
Taco Bell. Live más.
This is Bad Karma Wrestling. With no gimmick Nick Johnston. It doesn't matter how you feel. And David Double D Dykstra.
And welcome back, folks. This is BK Dub, BK Dub, BK Dub. Baron Corbin here with Baron Corbin. Not going to let that die. And we are back talking WWE for the remainder of the time. I guess I just got done previewing anything and everything that will be AEW Revolution. I'll be out next week. I should be back the week after. But it'll be up to you guys. If you want to recap it, feel free. If not, we'll wait a little bit.
We'll see.
Exactly that. But no need to wait now, as we can talk about. Well, they actually did it. They really did it. Cody Rhodes, once again, undisputed champion, taking care of Drew McIntyre on the last week's Friday Night SmackDown, right after we went live, essentially. I mean, I'm just gonna pass it over to you. Why?
Drew is such a good company guy.
I know.
What a company guy. To me, this is why they did it, and for me, it makes more sense. I think you have a better story leading up to WrestleMania when it comes to Cody Orton, instead of rehashing Drew Cody again and again, or trying to make something out of Drew Orton. I'm sorry, Drew and Orton. This also, see, my whole thought process, and you had a good argument for this. To me, the better story, instead of doing Drew and Jacob, because Jacob interfered in that match, sort of missed the chair the first time I went to grab for it, but we won't talk about that. No. I think the better story for Drew would be him blaming Nick Aldis, and Nick Aldis finally getting his WrestleMania WWE moment. But what you brought up was what WWE fans are really going to know who Nick Aldis is in his history.
Yeah, they would really need to go back, and they would have to probably show, I don't know,
montages of how great Magnus was.
Whole montages, not just like 30
him
second
beating
little...
the crap out of Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
They had even had an NWA title match in Chicago. That was fantastic. Again, who went over? Cody.
but once again, like, for me at least, and I know your thought process on Cody and God, please make it stop. But the better storyline and the better backstory is Cody Orton.
Yes, on a card, and if you're putting it up on the bright shiny lights, so when it says Cody versus Randy, it's going to be much more appealing than McIntyre versus Orton. Yes, I can completely.
Well, you
agree
have
with
the
that.
whole legacy thing as well.
Yes.
And
Yeah. It's just tough when you sit here and you really look back and you're like, okay, he lost the Rumble, he lost the title to McIntyre, right? He lost the title to McIntyre.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't win the Chamber. Gifted a championship match out of nowhere and then ends up winning it. So it screams just Hulk Hogan-esque, and I can see where the internet is thinking that way.
You ready? Why did he, for story's sake, why did he lose the Rumble?
I don't even remember who
Because
eliminated
Drew
him.
kicked him in the head and he fell out of the ring.
Okay.
He was hanging on the ring trying to get his balance, and Drew came and
If
clay.
they emphasize that more, I would be okay with it. But the fact that they're not even mentioning that the fact that you had to basically remind me of that now,
I don't think
just goes to show you that they don't even see it in that light.
I don't think they presented it well. I will agree with you there. It should have been a bigger, but that was the whole Nick Aldis thing coming out post Elimination Chamber. You've messed with Cody. He came out and hit Cody with the belt in an Elimination Chamber, cost Cody the match there. I mean, I get why the match was given, but
he didn't though, because they got over on McIntyre and then an RKO out of nowhere. So I know it's
we're
splitting hairs. Yeah. I know we're really it's. It just doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel right. And again, if we're going the route,
that's because you believe, and I think a bunch of us believe McIntyre's doing the best work of his entire career right now.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, does this hurt McIntyre? No, because McIntyre's going to continue to listen. I'm gonna be very honest with you. If SmackDown doesn't end or start tonight with Drew just wrecking shop everywhere, taking out jobbers, taking out smaller guys, all that stuff tonight, I'm going to be very disappointed because it's, once again, missed opportunity.
Yeah. So this will be maybe the last time I probably ask it then. Are we leaning towards this is just going to be a singles match from here on out, or okay, so no multi-man talk anymore? Okay.
I think they set up, because once again, I think they're going to go with the Drew Jacob storyline, because Jacob came out and grabbed the chair from Drew, and Drew be like, he cost me the belt, when it should be Nick Aldis cost you the belt, sir.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I think that's a better storyline, because those two have history from England and in Europe wrestling one another. So to me, that's a better storyline than Jacob. I know they want, and I'll be the first one to say right now, Jacob probably goes over at Mania.
Yeah, you're probably
because
not
they're
wrong.
trying to build Jacob up into that dude.
It's just something. There needs to be some sort of hey, Drew, finally here's your big
Drew.
Yeah, finally here's your big gift. Here's your big thank you for carrying us during the pandemic. I feel like that still hasn't been given back to him.
I agree.
He's had every storyline. He's been always the focal point for a lot of big storylines for sure. He's getting paid probably at the wazoo. I understand, but just that one that just hey man, we really appreciate the effort.
No, I get where you're coming from. There aren't many other guys right now that are on his level.
Yeah,
and that includes Cody. That includes Randy. He's doing everything, whether it's killing kayfabe, because he's not being a nice guy on Twitter. He's not being a nice guy anytime he goes and does an interview anywhere. He's really just straight on being a-hole Drew.
All right, well, we'll see how that kind of plays out later on tonight on Friday Night SmackDown. Make sure you tune in to see the fallout there. But carrying on, back to Monday, Finn Balor was kicked out of the Judgment Day, folks. Out you go, and into the wind. He was attacked, taken out by Dom and JD McDonough and everybody else within the Judgment Day. Started off with a Pele kick from Finn Balor to get it all started off, and
yeah, that didn't look familiar at all.
Well, he's been doing that for years as well. But
he did it when he went back to NXT.
And then, sure enough, obviously doing it to Dom. Dom just sells it so well. Nice job there. But there you go. What of Finn going forward now? What's next for Finn? Is this gonna how does he break away and get his comeuppance on the Judgment Day?
I think this is leading to a big Finn push in the next year. I think you see the return at WrestleMania of the Demon.
Okay. Yes.
That's my thought. That's my thought process in it. Dom and Finn at Mania, they keep, and I'll be honest with it being 4-on-1, they keep getting over on Finn, and Finn's like, I've had enough. You're about to see a side of me that few wrestlers have ever experienced. And
I like your WrestleMania for the Demon part. I think this would better shape for having Dom versus Finn at the AAA Mexico Arena show. I feel like Finn's background is actually in AAA, so he's gonna get a huge pop coming back.
You think? See, that's where I don't know. Okay.
And then I feel
How many? Let me do the whole thing that you did with Drew McIntyre.
Okay.
How many of those recent fans at AAA are going to remember that Finn Balor was in AAA?
I think that's a deeper thing down there, where I feel like the history in Mexico, the history in AAA is much more held down there than it is like, there's not casual wrestling fans in Mexico.
Do you think they defend?
They live, breathe, and die wrestling down.
Well, here's the other question. Since WWE's been doing more of this, do you think for the first time ever the AAA title gets defended at WrestleMania?
Okay, that wouldn't be the worst thing too. I could see that. I just feel as though the crowd pop in Mexico.
Oh, that undoubtedly would be bigger.
Just to hear, there won't be as many eyeballs on it. Well, actually, you could, because they'll end up throwing it on YouTube, and then they always have millions of people watching that at any given time. I feel as though the money-making route would be to have Finn Balor the Demon at Mania.
Yes.
The special, let's have this be a special wrestling moment, happens in AAA.
Okay, you've just answered your own question.
Okay.
Who is in charge of WWE right now?
Yeah.
TKO. What are they about? What's the biggest? And I'll be very honest with you. It's probably the reason Cody won the title. It goes back to who's booking. Is it truly Triple H, or is it TKO going, these are the players that we want in these spots.
Get us there.
Make it happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that being the route at this point, where again it does still fall a little bit on Triple H to make these decisions and make them look good, but yes, it does suck when you're not fully in control of creative and you're creative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once again, it goes back to what was one of the big news out of creative this week or this past week. Road Dogg saying I'm stepping down from.
Did he say he quit? Because I've also seen he got fired. So I don't know if
I think it was maybe a little bit of both.
Could be both. Okay, that's fine.
A little.
Yeah.
But
the usual mutually parted ways.
Yeah, maybe that was him going, this is frustrating. We should be doing this, and this here, and I'm not able to because the higher ups are going, no, we want this and this and this kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Why are we going to put the belt back on Chelsea Green? Who's she going to fight?
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
I can understand. The only other thing on that Judgment Day thing was Dom had to correct JD McDonough on X. He said, just like Edge, we had to get him out. And then, of course, Dom corrects and he goes, Adam Copeland, you mean? so again, just love it right there. On to this one really quick. Just want to get your thoughts. According to Sean Ross Sapp, Danhausen is the top seller on WWE
Are we
Shop.
Surprised? Are we surprised, ladies and gentlemen? He was the best merch seller in AEW and wrestled how many times in AEW?
Yeah, I mean, this is my equivalent to, breaking news, fork found in kitchen. This is, I understand. Yeah,
Now, can I ask you a question about Danhausen?
Sure.
Do you think, barring the horrid introduction at Elimination Chamber where they completely dropped the freaking ball?
Yeah.
I think it's been very well done since then.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah.
And I don't credit WWE with this.
No, this is all Danhausen.
I credit, yes. Danhausen is making it work.
I'm sure they're giving him some sort of we want this, but then exactly that. It is his creativity, his delivery, the way he speaks is the way that it is.
You and I have pitched this. I pitched it to you. I want your honest reaction. There have been many comedic tag teams.
Yes.
in WWE history. Goldust and Booker T. Cesaro and the Russian dude. Or not Cesaro, Santino.
Oh,
and
Vladimir Kozlov and Santino.
And
Okay.
Santino. There have been who have won title belts. And I'm not saying a long run, maybe like a month.
Okay.
How great would Truthhausen be?
Truthhausen, or I've been calling them very nice, very confused. That's been my name for them.
Very nice. Or, and this is, I think, maybe where it's going to go, because Truth is now with Damian Priest as the number one contender.
Yeah, they're the number one contender.
Which I don't mind. I don't, just because I want to see Damian Priest break every freaking time Truth opens up his mouth. Mizhausen?
I mean, you're not going to sell me on that, but I can understand.
Once again, though, you go back and you look at the guys that have gotten over that have worked with Miz. Whether it's finally turning on him, you have Bryan Danielson. You had Curtis Axel and Bo get over when they were completely on the verge of getting fired because they were, the entourage. The B team. And it worked somehow. And then you had Truth. And you also had...
You're giving him a lot of credit. I think you're giving him a little too much. He is old. If you really go back, when he was world champion and all that stuff, he had go home heat. He had go home, get off my television screen heat. Not, oh man, he's such a good heel. I can't wait to see him next week. No, it was just go home, get off my television. I can see there's definitely different routes where he's made an impact, but again, you're giving him way too much credit. I got to pull you back a little.
Damien Sandow?
Again, I would give that more to Damien Sandow, not Mizdow.
I beg to differ, because without Miz, there is no...
Well, yeah, it's because Miz is such an awful, awful character that anything to make fun of him or to get over on him or make him the butt end of the joke was great.
That being said, I think... I don't know if I've ever seen a WWE superstar recover as quickly as Danhausen has.
Yeah, and again, I don't think it was necessarily, it wasn't his fault. It's just, again, the Chicago, that crowd for Elimination Chamber.
They wanted Jericho to show up so bad.
Yes, they were expecting Jericho and weren't going to accept anything less. So and they unfortunately got that, and they were not happy. So again, they weren't booing him. They were just booing the idea of like, oh, we're not getting Jericho.
They were booing WWE.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Get Wilsonhausen, Kit Wilson. Yeah.
No, you got to do something with Toxichausen.
Okay. Yeah. That could work.
No, he can't wear the makeup. Kit can't wear the makeup. Danhausen is one of two people in the industry that have their face paint trademarked.
Yeah, him and Sting. Yeah, that's right.
He was the first one to do it.
Sting also in the news getting a couple other. Sting was also in there getting a couple other copyrights done, but I forgot what the names of those were.
By the way, Sting went to Danhausen and goes, "Damn it, why didn't I think of that?"
Yeah. Well, I mean, luckily enough, no one stole Sting's face paint in between, so no one thought about that. So.
No. Well, I think it's one of the let's use a baseball term here. It's one of the unwritten rules that you don't steal another person's makeup.
Yeah, unless you're trying to do that gimmick, CM Punk dressing up as Jeff Hardy or something like that. Yeah, exactly. Well, let's go. Let's shoot over some rumors. Maybe you have some as well, but this was the big one that I saw, and I've been getting at my craw. Rumor has it, Obafemi to face Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 42. I got to ask you, why? Why? And why?
Okay, so let me answer that question with a question.
How?
What is the issue with that? Are you afraid that they are going to bury Oba?
You already know I'm not a fan anymore. There's
44 reasons why you're not. There's 44 reasons why you're not a fan of
exactly
Brock Lesnar.
Right.
I understand this.
I'm just gonna always be in that market of we just don't need Lesnar anymore.
He's done as of SummerSlam, from what I've heard.
Good. I don't believe it'll be an Obafemi, he'll look bad compared to Brock or, something like that.
Brock made him look bad in the Royal Rumble. If this is the route they're going, this is them going, Brock, you're gonna job for this guy and make him look good. Unless Oba kicks him in his head.
Yeah, I just don't think that's the conversation that's going to be had.
Brock's I'm getting over.
Yeah.
And there's nothing you can say. He's going to pull the Hogan.
Yeah.
Well, if that happens, Oba just might as well turn into Shawn Michaels. Oversell every little bump Brock does.
Until Brock gets there and kills him with an actual punch. I don't know. I just feel like this guy. This is just dangerous at this point. Just putting him in there. I don't know.
Can I? I like the LA Knight one.
Brock Lesnar and LA Knight route.
Yeah, I did, because Brock can't talk, so you have him come out and then have LA Knight come out and just call him a big stupid dummy dork.
Yeah,
raw meat eating man. Yeah, go back to Saskatchewan.
It's just so hard for me to try and fantasy book a guy that I don't believe should be,
even
around at all.
Yeah, no, I get where you're coming from.
For moral and for other reasons altogether. Like, again, even if it wasn't for the fact that he's named in the Janelle Grant case 44 times. I just don't feel the need for Brock Lesnar anymore. Like, I don't believe a Brock Lesnar rub is necessary anymore. It's just not needed.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Let me ask you this then. Physically, how many people in WWE right now compare to Oba? Maybe Randy.
You can go
Drew.
Yeah. All the big names are Gunther. If you want to, he doesn't have the same. He's big. He can actually, legitimately be there, like Omos.
Eye to eye.
Yeah.
So, if you're trying to build, let me ask you this then: would you prefer Oba versus Braun Strowman at Mania?
No. Well, Braun's been gone for.
Because you're now looking. Well, Braun's doing things outside of WWE.
Love the show.
Yeah, phenomenal.
Getting a second season, by the way. Congrats. Braun Strowman.
It might be one of my favorite foodie shows on there.
It's. I don't know if it should be, but it has become a guilty pleasure for me because I'd started off as like, oh, this is gonna be the dumbest show on the planet. I started watching, like, all right, Braun, you got me.
It's actually good. Yeah.
The food looks great. The way that it's the presentation of everything, how he
and he's hella funny.
Yeah, exactly. Yes,
hella funny.
Yes.
So
you see the person. Yeah, he's got a good personality.
Okay, so if you're trying to get Oba over as that dude, the next big man in the industry, who else you got? Because you got Drew wrapped up in something. You've got Randy wrapped up in something. Breaker's injured, and that would have been Seth.
Yeah.
I would have went Bronson Reed.
Also hurt.
Cursed. I like it. That's what I'm saying. The options to get him over and make him look like that next dude. Oh, by the way, screw you, Logan Paul. While I have it on my mind, blaming Javon Evans for the
landing on his own head.
Botch in the ring.
Yeah, that makes zero sense at all. I'll counter your need of. Does there need to be a challenge to be that next guy, as opposed to Obafemi is just that next? It is just him now.
But
does he need that to keep climbing the ladder when he just is the ladder?
So let me not in you and my eyes, but let's just say the fandom of the WWE universe. This would go a long way in supplementing him as that next guy if Brock puts him over.
Okay.
Makes sense?
I understand the whole idea of getting the Brock Lesnar rub. I personally don't think it's necessary that oh, come here, kid.
You have 44 reasons why not for it to be necessary. Once again, I get where you're coming from, but from a WWE universe standpoint, I understand why they're doing it this way.
Yeah. And again, this is all rumor, not completely set in stone.
Once again, I'll put it out there, and I know it's not going to happen until SummerSlam because that's been the rumor since the get. I wouldn't mind seeing Gunther put him in. My only issue with Gunther Lesnar is I don't know how many chops Lesnar's going to be willing to eat.
Yeah.
Before he goes, I'm killing you.
I mean, it's like you could even say the same thing around. Like, how many times is Gunther going to allow him to just throw him basically on his head with those suplexes? Like,
see, Gunther's a dude though.
I know he can take it. He's
like Gunther. To me, Gunther is that Drew McIntyre type of guy.
But don't you see the problem in already, like, us, like, kind of, like, talking about that, like, oh, how much is Brock Lesnar going to take before he, just decides to go into business for himself? Like, that's an issue. Like, that's a problem.
So, Josh,
why are we letting that even happen?
Let me bring up something that Josh brought up earlier. Could it be a Goldberg squash match where Oba goes out there and just completely demolishes him? Because you know how Lesnar likes to get in and get out at WrestleManias.
Yeah.
5 minutes, boom.
Have a quick one where, gets stunned right away on something. He gets his finisher, gets another finisher, gets another finisher.
He hits the F5, Oba kicks out, and then Oba comes back and wins within 5 minutes.
That would be his MO. Have a 5-minute match and get the hell out.
Throw the belt at Triple H and wait, he doesn't have one. Never mind.
5-minute match, catch $1 million, the 6, 7, 8 figure check probably, and then go home. Yeah, makes sense. Finally here, report has it that WWE has told ESPN to leave off the letter grades for the PLEs, giving a brand new meaning to their "Get the F Out" campaign. You remember that from back in the day. So
that was a great campaign, by the way. I don't care what anybody says.
That was actually, if you watch those commercials, they're actually pretty funny. But I have to ask, do you believe, this partnership between ESPN and WWE is getting a little tainted? Is it?
Oh, ESPN is pissed. Pissed.
Has to be.
They're upset about the WrestleMania ticket prices. They've come out and said as much. They're pissed at WWE and TKO for blacking out the pay-per-views in the cities they're being held at if you want to do a watch party.
Yeah.
So, yeah, ESPN they thought they were getting Vince McMahon product, and they're getting TKO product.
Oh, yeah.
And that leads to the other big rumor going on.
And already you would have thought, like, with the jumping over from Peacock to ESPN subscription, the ESPN Unlimited or whatever it is, you just naturally there's going to be way less viewership for all these pay-per-views because jumping over and getting a new subscription service to people is a pain in the ass. On top of that,
especially when you're told if you have ESPN Plus, you aren't going to have to pay for it. Oh, no. You need the unlimited package.
So I mean, people for those moral reasons of like, you know what, I'm not getting another streaming service. I'm not, submitting again to WWE and their money. Like there's people like, that's kind of my mindset. I'm only rocking the unlimited now because I'm getting it for free because of Comcast. So that's the only reason I was able to watch it. So it's getting ridiculous. I do see it's a little, childish in some regards. Like, damn, WWE can't even take the slightest criticism. An A, B, C, D, or an F on a review just makes or breaks you. But man, oh man, it's getting brutal. Again, just the natural way from getting there's going to be less viewers, so that's going to already be a negative in the partnership. And on top of what you just said, they're encouraging ticket sales and going to the event as opposed to watching it on ESPN Plus in certain places. So I can see where everyone is frustrated in this new partnership. You can only see how long it goes for. We'll have to definitely re-gauge there. But again, that was the big one, dropping the letter grades from the ESPN reviews. Because I mean, I don't know if the letter grade again makes or breaks it.
Well, but I'm sure WWE thought that they were going to.
I'm sure the ESPN writer that does those reviews is a little bit harder now when they actually do it.
I'm sure that what do you mean it was our first pay-per-view with you was a C? We're partners.
What, you didn't like WrestlePalooza? Was it not Palooza-y
Way to
enough
steal
for you?
Paul Heyman's idea.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't really a palooza. It was like almost like a party. I don't know.
A wrestle poo?
Yeah, wrestle party, not a palooza.
A wrestle poo?
Yeah, it's like a small gathering, not really a palooza. Yeah. Well, there you go. There we have it. Any reason? Dude, you want to just go right into best of the week?
Go for it, big
We'll
dog.
finish off.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, no Scotty, so no Scotty's World to cap us off here. Exactly that. I can go first. I can get into it. The whole big thing of why I called us Baron Corbin.
This, buddy.
Okay, I will do so. Let me pull it up on the old X machine right here. I got to pull up the original tweet and where it came from. This was fun. This had the internet buzzing for obvious reasons. And again, we're all Baron Corbin today for this exact reason. So this stems from actually a post from Jonathan Coachman. So Jonathan Coachman was just putting out an episode saying, hey, we're going to be on Sirius XM, channel 156, joining me and my boy at Tom Peastock, who's going to chop it up at 2 p.m. Again, this was 3 days ago, so no reason to jump over there. This account says, TCW, okay, but what? Okay, sorry. TCW at legit_TCW says, okay, but you're nothing without WWE. Okay, kind of weird, kind of out of nowhere. And sure enough, at Tom Peastock replies and says that exactly. Number one, what does that have to do with this tweet? Number two, how sad is your life that you pay for verification? Because, legit_TCU has a check mark there. The other person that chimes in, not even TCW coming in to get back at themselves, at Thick Bailey. God. Number one, you are white knighting for Jonathan Coachman. Number two, your favorite wrestler is Baron Corbin, because obviously Tom Peastock's of himself is himself, Baron Corbin. Finishing off that tweet from Thick Bailey, you should reevaluate your decision making. And the one that absolutely did it over, and the reason we are all Baron Corbin today, is he simply tweets, I am Baron Corbin, dumbass. 17,000 likes, 1,000 retweets. Clearly what they said, you get ratioed. This was a ratio to the nth degree. So one of those where, they thought this Tom Peastock was just a fan club for Baron Corbin. Nope. It is exactly him. So we are all Baron Corbin today, I think, in that same sense. So the IWC, you're dumb as all hell. Baron Corbin, Tom Peastock, keep killing it, my man. Anything for best of the week there?
Mine's going to Speedball.
Okay.
Mike Bailey. Unbelievably, this is the thing about Speedball. I feel like he's always there in the title picture, but never really gets over and wins that title, but has unbelievably knocked down, drag out bangers of matches.
Yeah.
So for your match with Kyle Fletcher, which ended awfully, by the way.
Yeah, yeah, you're not a fan of the interference after an amazing matchup like that.
It's
horrible. I get you.
I give you my best of the week because Speedball, you're gonna get more matches now.
Andrew,
it was so good that we had guys sitting with me watching it from Sports Emphasis going, dude, they're gonna give the belt to Bailey. There's no way. And I was like, no, they're not. But I'm glad you're hooked.
Yeah, exactly right. They did it. They did it. They tricked you. Andrew, you got anybody for best of the week there? I can relay it to you. Going Danhausen. Okay.
Going to get that shirt. Even if it becomes too small, I love this guy.
Got you hook, line, and sinker for the merch. I don't. Okay, yeah. I don't know if it's still up and available. I think Pro Wrestling Tee still has his stuff discounted if you want to, because they're just trying to get rid of all the dead stock that'll eventually be, because you can't sell Danhausen merch anymore. So maybe consider that one. A quick, not so best of the week. This one just popped up. I saw the actor Mickey Rourke.
Oh Jesus.
Doing a real life version of his Randy the Ram Robinson impression. He just had he got evicted from his house, so I was wondering if maybe he's just gonna go that route of living in a trailer park, trying to get back to his old former self. I'm sorry, I don't want to kick a guy while he's down, but just
No, you kick
wrestling.
a guy while he's down.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole point. That's wrestling. That's wrestling 101. Yeah. So there you go, folks. Bad Karma Wrestling in the books. I think this was fun. This was fun indeed. Another fantastic one. Revolution's gonna kick ass. We'll see how SmackDown turns out tonight, and everything else in between. Any other final thoughts, questions, concerns before we head on out of here?
No.
All right. Good. Thank you for joining me, Baron. I've been Baron Corbin. You're all Baron Corbin. Go have yourself a Baron Corbin day. We love you, and we'll see you. Have a good one.
This is Bad Karma Wrestling.
Give me a hell yeah.
With no gimmick Nick Johnston.
It doesn't matter how you feel.
And David Double D Dykstra.